are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? And I like didn't leave them alone. And every single time I wrote them, it was, okay, you want to join a group? You want to join a group? Do you want to, and I like probably bugged the shit out of them. So I've learned along the way what works for me. And that's kind of what you have to do. You kind of have to fail yourself forward and figure out who you're talking to, how to approach them, and how you would handle it best. But getting ideas, getting it going.
Are all of these people in Goal Getters? The Goal Getters group? Because I think that would be a great place to share our topics.
Yeah.
So if you're not in Goal Getters, maybe get into Goal Getters.
Well, and I think another way to handle that, Carl, is when you're having those kind of conversations, if you feel like you need help, you can always take a screenshot, right? There's no rule that says I have to respond to this person in the next 2 minutes. Take a screenshot and reach out to someone on your team and say, how would you handle this? I know, like when we were at Summit and I'm doing some work, if I had an objection code or like an objection from someone come through, because I really struggle with those because I don't want to feel like a pushy car salesman, but I also know the value of joining. I know the value of a challenge pack. And I know, we all know that the people that sign up for the challenge pack, they are like 90 times more likely to stick with it than if they only do like 3-month subscription to BOD. There's no skin in the game that way. So I struggle with that too. And I don't stay tuned because I don't really know how this is working. But I recently just started saying, well, that's like, I have a girl that she really wanted to do MM100. Like she came to me out of the blue, like somebody referred her to me. And she was all gung-ho about doing it. So we started talking about it. And then she said she didn't really want to do Shakeology because she had Herbalife and didn't do well with shakes. And I said, okay, well, we talked about like what time you get up. And so I referred like the performance stack to go with it. And then she ghosted me. Like she was all set to do it. Like even when I told her the cost, she said, girl, and I didn't apologize. It was just really funny, like how she could like pick up maybe on like my apprehension of giving her the price. Because that's where my objection always comes from, is the price. And she says, girl, you need to stop apologizing for that because I've spent more money on donuts this year than that cost, which I thought was so funny, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl's so funny. Like she sees the value in it, right? So then she goes to me. So when I reached back to her, I said, if something's changed, like just let me know either way. Like I'm not going to be upset, but like, tell me, like just let me know, like yes or no, don't like ignore me. So she said that she's weighing it if it's going to be worth it for her to do BOD because she's just been using YouTube videos. And so rather than, like, what do you say to that, right? So rather than me telling her how it would be worth the value, I just shared with her what I love about BOD and what I would see is the biggest difference between YouTube and BOD. I told her I thought it was great. She was using YouTube videos. That's fantastic if that's where you're at with things. Here's what I love about BOD and the value that it provided. I don't know how it's going to work out, but sometimes just sharing why you love something with someone and giving your own personal perspective, I think sometimes comes across a little bit better than, but no, you need to do it because,
So Carl, what I heard you say though is you would like a call on genuine, authentic conversations, and maybe that call would be us bringing those to the table and having a mastermind group on how we might respond to those or what questions we might continue with. So, and I think that's an excellent topic. So if we have topics come up like that, can we post those in Goal Getters? Because then our calls can be scheduled out.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because Juanita might be leading a call one week and Sarah might be a next week and Christy might be a next week and Tracy might be a next week, and they might want to snatch that topic up and lead a call on that. So then we'll just have a list of topics to choose from. I don't know. My brain is fried. Did that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And they're housed in one spot.
I think it's a good idea. Plus then it will hit everyone what they need instead of us, or whoever's, setting up the calls to guess.
Right.
Or maybe there's a week, I can't remember what you posted, Christy, but did you put in power hours too? I don't know if that's something everyone needs to.
Yeah, every other week's going to be a power
Okay,
hour.
that's what I thought you did, and my brain's fuzzy too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those power hours are good because it forces you to work.
Yes, I need the power hours
Mhm.
for sure.
Mhm.
Or maybe people are hopping on for 20 minutes, but yeah, you're getting work done then. Oh, Nikki's saying good night. She hopped off.
I know. And Melissa, you talked about an event. You want to know more about how to run an event. Do you want to talk more about that?
Well, I know, I think Rachel Baldwin does events for different things. And it's 2-3 days. I know a couple other coaches do that. And it's not like a paid thing, but it encourages people to do things that's short and sweet, so it funnels into your paid groups. I just don't know how to I don't know what I'm doing with it. And they keep flopping. I keep doing them. So how to do it. And
Can you explain more like what you do? Because I don't know that.
So
I've never done a 3-day event.
On Facebook, you can do an event.
Versus a group, you're saying.
Yeah, and so it's a real short time period is my understanding, and what I keep like YouTubing and finding out from other people. So it's short, it's sweet, it's and it's very focused on a certain thing. So I had done one where it was back to school prepping.
I mean, I think that just my 2 cents is when you're doing any of those free events or groups, I would make sure that you put in the time to create a lot of excitement around it and do something that hasn't been done a million times, because Facebook's flooded with MLMs and groups like that. You need to be like super different. That was I liked that. That's perfect. Think of something that relates to people and somehow figure out a way to just create tons of energy and excitement in some way, shape, or form. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, because I think about what would I want? What would get me to get into one of those events? Because we all get invited to events all the time on Facebook. And which are the ones that you actually show excitement for, interest in? You kind of have to think about those things. I think that's important. I think when I started 5 years ago, it was really like, oh, free clean eating group? Okay. Everyone was on. It's not the same as it is now anymore. It was a lot easier to get free group members. So we have to think of different ways to create that excitement.
So the other thing that I was doing was, because a lot of my friends here had been asking more information about how to food prep for the week like I do. And so it was like, hey, I'm personally inviting you to my house to actually experience this. But everybody was taking their college kids back or whatever was happening. And it was like, okay. Shit, but they were interested, and they're like, oh my God, if the timing wasn't bad, I would absolutely show up at your house. And they're like, well, do I have to be on camera? And I said, oh no, I'll keep the camera off you. That's fine. The camera just has to be on me. But they were really interested in that. And that's why I was thinking that to do it like that, one, because I know on the Champions page, somebody's been posting, or maybe it's in the Ultimate Portion Fix one, where they've been posting where they host people over to their house to prep different meals and how easy it is and everything. And so, I mean, friends were doing that, but I was going to just have it at Facebook so that other people could join even though they're not here in my house.
Right. You could always ask those people that were interested, what would be the best way to teach you that would work with your schedule and what's going on? Sometimes like that kind of quote unquote research helps you kind of identify what your audience wants and what would be best for them. I love that idea though. That is a really cool idea of inviting people over. If you could create some excitement around that, have some wine, you get lots of people to come. You might have to spend money.
Get them hammered and then sell them a challenge pack.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Still recording, are you? Don't do that. That's bad advice.
That's funny.
Although I will say, I posted, Christy, you're doing the Crockpot group.
Yeah.
And you shared with us, and I requested to join that.
Mhm.
I threw something up on my Fit page, and in like 15 minutes, I had 8 people wanting in, or 18 people wanting in.
Woo!
So that you just never know. Like I'm thinking, oh, we've done Crockpots, but this is an awesome free group, and it's fall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Juanita came up with it. We're like, let's roll with it because it's a good time to do Crockpot because I'm busy as hell and I could use
know.
that cooking for me while I'm doing other stuff.
I like your idea, Sarah, of asking your audience though what they need. Do a poll. Do a poll on your page.
One of the other things that I've done with free groups before to build momentum and excitement in there is I've asked some of my most active challengers to join the free group and ask them to specifically make sure that they commented, share some products in there when they use it, share a sweaty selfie. Even if it was like a clean eating group, they would just share some of the other things that they were doing and just sort of, and it didn't come off as salesy because it wasn't me that was doing it. They were just authentically sharing, like, have you guys, like they shared their shake recipe. Like when the girls, I didn't ask her, would you like to share that she had Shakeology and like what she had for breakfast and stuff. So that is another great way, like if you're having trouble getting momentum going or excitement going in those groups, is if you sort of like slide in some challengers you already have and just ask them to like help you out with it. I told them they should be coaches, but that's a whole nother story. But they want to be a part of it. They want to help you succeed. That's the really cool things. We already have challengers. They want to help you succeed, to grow your business, to bring more people into the challenge group. So don't ever forget the value of those relationships you've already built to have them help you out.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I think that's why a lot of our groups have been successful, because a lot of my coaches, they're in there with me and they're doing the same thing you're doing. They may not be leading a day or anything like that, but they're in there participating and commenting, and it builds the hype and that sort of thing. Same thing with challengers, like you said. And Tracy, you said free group. You'd like to try your hand at one? Get it, girl. It can be about anything.
The biggest part with a free group, just plan the date, break down what you need to do within those weeks, and execute and create a lot of excitement and think about what you would want. I think that's the biggest thing. And what would make you want to join that? Don't make it generic, keep it exciting. I think that would be my advice with it. I haven't done a Beachbody free group in a long time, but I just did my life coaching free group. So that's one thing that I learned from that.
I was going to say, you can't throw a button there. Your free group right now is kicking ass.
I put everything into it though,
I know, but we need to listen to what you have to say. Good work.
So, how far in advance, Sarah Boldman, would you promote your free group?
Well, it depends. What I just did, I have a business coach that worked with me and like walked me through everything. I went 8 weeks. I was planning this. So that's a long time. Mine is a little bit different than a Crockpot group. I think you could do that before, but what was your question? I'm sorry. My brain just went.
How far in advance would you promote it?
I would say as soon as possible. You want to create FOMO for sure. Fear of missing out. You want to have some incentives, but also recognize like what your audience wants. What does your audience want from you? What would provide value for them? That's they're wanting it. They want to be able to get something out of it. Obviously we're giving something to them, but something that's maybe a little bit different than what else has been provided. So you just kind of have to be creative with that. but I did 4 weeks, or I did literally 8 weeks of inviting to this. And I think I got through my entire Facebook friend list. I did. I didn't invite any men, but I spent a lot of time on that, and then just creating and making sure that was really personalized to what they want. And I also asked questions along the way when I was talking to people, like, what would you really want out of this? And that helped me create my content for it. So you can kind of look at it from a Beachbody perspective, like what crockpot meal, I don't really have an idea in my head right now, but what would be meaningful, what kind of mode of presenting that to you. I think lives would be cool if you did like a little cooking show, create some excitement, maybe have a giveaway, you know, something that's more than just a sample, something different. I don't know what it could be. I'm just kind of talking off the cuff, but I think my big thing is, you know, there's just, like I said before, when I first started Beachbody, it was like unheard of almost to do free groups. Is that my dog making weird noises? Anyway, and now we have to just think outside the box a lot more. It's just imperative for us to, you know, have people hear us and hear the value that we have to provide to help people. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense, but I pre-planned everything, like everything to a T from, you know, I don't know, but I created a landing page too, a MailChimp landing page, and then people had to enroll through the MailChimp landing page, and then they also enrolled to, and I got part of this idea from Juanita when we were at Summit, and she has a MailChimp, right? Do you do it through MailChimp or you just do emails?
I just use emails. I'm going to try set my MailChimp up tomorrow. Brittany's going to help me.
Yeah, setting up a MailChimp to get them like in a subscription process. So if they show interest into, like, let's say a free event that you're doing or free group, you have their permit. I mean, they know once they sign up on your landing page, they're on a subscription list and they can unsubscribe anytime. But that's also a good way to create that momentum, sending an email once a week, sharing something interesting or something someone got from a situation or a transformation or whatever it might be, building up to, and then as it gets closer, you build up more, you know, more emails. So the people that have shown any level of interest, you put them in that, and that's a good way to stay connected with people through MailChimp. So you know, this is the first time I've done it, but it's worked so far, I think. And I'm connecting with way more people than I had been before. It's been really nice. So I don't know. Hopefully that helps give you some ideas, because that's what I did.
Okay. Thanks.
Just food for thought. You don't have to do it, but it's just what I was doing.
Christy, can you add me to that Crockpot group? Have you created it?
I didn't create it yet. But
I had to read it twice because you named it Rock Your Crock.
Oh my God.
That's why this is getting engagement, because I said Rock Your Crock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, be careful of the creepy men that might request to get in that group.
And I put underneath it, disclaimer, please read that last word carefully. We don't want this group mistaken for something else. And that's why it's getting engagement.
You might need to do one of those questions when they get entered into a group, because you might get some creeps in there.
Right. Well, we should do that anyway when you have multiple coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the questions should at least be who's the coach that invited you. Yeah. So then we remember.
Sarah, do you remember your Look Good Naked group?
Yes.
See, that one was like everybody wanted in there.
I'll have to do another one of those. Oh, thanks for organizing this.
Yeah,
ladies.
This was good. We all got to get some sleep because we got to get up and work out tomorrow. Huh?
I know. I went back to working out before the kids got up for school. Tired this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Changing things up. All right, so next week, stay tuned for the Zoom number. We haven't quite figured out who's leading calls each week. So just We're just sort of winging it when it comes to whose Zoom number we're using week to week. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. It could change last minute too, so depending on schedules and kids and all of that stuff. So we'll do our best.
You know, life.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Awesome.
Sounds
Well,
good.
peeps. Not ladies, but peeps, because we got Carl, and I don't want to hurt his feelings again.
Good night, lady.
All right.
And
Good
Carl.
night, you guys.
Carl, join the rock.
Carl.
Rock, yeah. Makes me a little nervous.
Our first recipe's wieners.
Oh
Oh
my.
my God, Sarah, you're gonna get so much traction.
Oh,
First recipe are footlongs.
oh my.
Time to go.
That's what we should give away. Give away hey, I'm just trying to think outside the box.
Some things need to stay in your mind.
It could be footlongs or the cocktail wieners, whatever they want.
Oh.
All right, guys. Gotta go. Parent.
All right.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.